Did you know that a shogun in feudal Japan often had more power than the emperor himself? This video explores a shogun's fascinating life, from commanding vast armies to influencing politics and culture in ancient Japan. Join us as we explore the lives of these powerful rulers. Imagine living hundreds of years ago in a land where the shogun held immense power and influence. But what exactly did it mean to be a shogun? The title of shogun meant being in charge of all the military forces in Japan. This role started around the 12th century and was not just a military position, but a pivotal political authority. The shogun had the power to govern lands, collect taxes, and enforce laws. Essentially, they were the rulers of Japan, even though there was still an emperor. The emperor, seen as a divine figure, performed important religious duties and was respected as a symbol of moral authority. However, his power was largely ceremonial. The real control lay with the shogun, who made critical decisions that shaped the country. The shogun resided in grand castles, wore elaborate clothing, and participated in sophisticated cultural practices like tea ceremonies and poetry. Yet, they were also hardened warriors, skilled in strategy, and often leading their troops into battle. The significance of the shogun in feudal Japan can't be overstated. They not only led in times of war, but also played crucial roles in maintaining peace and order. Their decisions affected every aspect of life, from the economy to culture. Under their rule, Japan saw periods of significant cultural growth, including the development of the samurai code of ethics, known as Bushido, which emphasized honor, courage, and loyalty. Being a shogun was about more than just wielding power. It was about leading a nation through both war and peace, shaping the very fabric of Japanese society. Being a shogun in feudal Japan came with its fair share of challenges and responsibilities. As the military leader and ruler of the land, the shogun had to maintain control over a vast territory filled with various powerful feudal lords, known as daimyo. Each of these lords controlled their own areas and had their own armies. Managing these ambitious and sometimes rebellious lords was one of the shogun's toughest challenges. Maintaining power wasn't just about being strong on the battlefield. The shogun also had to be wise in governance. They had to make sure that laws were followed, taxes were collected, and justice was served. This was essential to keep the country stable and prosperous. If the shogun appeared weak or ineffective, it could lead to unrest or even rebellion. Internal conflicts were another major issue. Family rivalries, disputes over succession, and plots for power were common within the ranks of the samurai, the warrior class that served the daimyo and the shogun. The shogun had to navigate these tricky waters carefully to ensure loyalty and maintain order among the samurai. Another responsibility was dealing with the threat of invasion from neighboring countries. The shogun had to keep the army well-trained and ready for battle at any moment. They also had to be skilled in diplomacy, forming alliances that could protect the country from external threats. Despite these challenges, the role of the shogun was highly respected and came with great honor. However, it required a delicate balance of military strength, political acumen, and diplomatic skill to manage the complexities of feudal Japan. The shogun's ability to handle these responsibilities determined not only their own success, but also the stability and prosperity of the entire country. In the world of feudal Japan, the life of a shogun was both glamorous and grueling. As the supreme military commander and a political leader, a shogun's day was a mix of governance, strategy, and maintaining relationships with various influential groups. A shogun's typical day involved a significant amount of time dedicated to governance. They oversaw the administration of the realm, which included appointing samurai to govern local areas, managing the economy, and ensuring laws were enforced. The shogun held meetings with advisors and other important figures to discuss matters of state, plan military campaigns, or resolve disputes. Their decisions could impact the entire country, from taxes to trade policies. Warfare was a crucial aspect of a shogun's responsibilities. They strategized with generals and samurai leaders, planning military actions or defenses against invaders. During times of war, a shogun might lead troops personally, demonstrating their martial prowess and leadership on the battlefield. Relationships with samurai were fundamental to a shogun's power. Samurai were the military elite, sworn to serve their lord with utmost loyalty. In return, the shogun provided them with land, titles, and positions of power. This mutual dependence was central to maintaining order and authority. Family dynamics within the shogun's household were also complex. Marriages were often arranged to build alliances with powerful families. A shogun's wife, usually from a prestigious family, played a critical role in managing the household and could influence family politics. Children were raised to understand their roles in the continuation of the family's legacy, often trained in the arts of war and governance from a young age. In addition to their legal wife, many shoguns had concubines. These relationships were not just for personal pleasure, they were also strategic, aimed at producing heirs and strengthening bonds with important allies. The children from these relationships could claim legitimacy, and thus the role of concubines was significant in the succession plans. Shoguns lived in large, opulent castles that were not just homes, but symbols of their power and prestige. These castles, such as the famous Edo Castle, were equipped with luxurious facilities. They featured beautiful gardens, tea houses, and private quarters decorated with the finest arts and crafts of the era. Such spaces were designed to impress visitors and assert the cultural sophistication and power of the shogun. The opulence and strategic location of these castles also played a crucial role in the political and military strategies of the shoguns. Castles served as command centers from which the shoguns directed their administrations and planned military campaigns. The strength and security offered by these fortifications enabled the shoguns to consolidate power, maintain control over their domains, and repel any potential threats. The grandeur of the castles reinforced the shogun's authority and demonstrated their ability to govern effectively. A shogun's life revolved around the consolidation and exercise of political and military power. As the de facto rulers of Japan, shoguns were responsible for making key decisions related to governance, defense, and the stability of their territories. They managed a complex administrative structure involving civil servants and regional lords to ensure effective control over their domains. Shoguns appointed military governors and stewards to oversee provinces and estates, maintaining order and efficiency. Additionally, they acted as intermediaries between the emperor and regional leaders, balancing power within the country. The shogun's court was a center of cultural patronage, where they supported the arts to demonstrate their sophistication and authority. Significant military victories and campaigns were pivotal, as these events often defined their rule and were key moments in their lives and the fate of Japan. The life of a shogun was marked by grandeur and strategic complexity, from ruling with an iron fist to engaging in delicate diplomatic negotiations. From leading troops in battle to navigating complex family relationships, their lives were a powerful testament to the role they played in shaping feudal Japan. As we peel back the layers of their existence, we uncover a fascinating tapestry of duty, power, and personal ambition that continues to captivate us to this day. We've explored the complex life of a shogun in feudal Japan, from their powerful role in governance and warfare to their rich cultural lives and intricate family dynamics. Shoguns were pivotal in shaping Japan's history. We've only scratched the surface of their fascinating world. If you're curious to learn more about historical figures and events, check out our other videos. And for a closer look into one of the most influential shoguns from history, watch this video.